The history of Democratic Alliance DA Party in South Africa. The Democratic Alliance is the result of many parties and movements coming together over the years and uniting around the vision of one nation with one future built on freedom, fairness, opportunity, and diversity for all South Africans. In 1959, Progressive Party PPP is formed to confront apartheid head-on. During the darkest chapter of our country's history, the National Party's NP policy of apartheid systematically denying the black majority their rights on a scale never seen before. The United Party UP is in opposition at the time, but they are unwilling to confront apartheid head-on. And so, 13 MPs break away from the UP to form the Progressive Party PP, a party dedicated to opposing apartheid and the origin of the Democratic Alliance DA. In 1961, PP's Helen Suzman single-handedly opposes apartheid in Parliament. In 1961, the PP wins its first seat in Parliament with Helen Suzman. At a time when speaking out against apartheid came with harsh penalties, Suzman wages a single-handed campaign against every piece of apartheid legislation put before Parliament. She fights against detention without trial, pass laws, influx control, job reservation on the grounds of color, racially separated amenities, group areas, and forced removals. She demands trade union rights for all and fights for better wages and working conditions. She visits prisons and obtains better conditions for prisoners. In 1977, Progressive Federal Party PFP becomes official opposition to apartheid government. Suzman's party goes on to win 6 more seats in Parliament and merges with another UP breakaway called the Reform Party to form the Progressive Reform Party PRP. The PRP then goes on to merge with another UP breakaway called the Committee for a United Opposition to form the Progressive Federal Party PFP. Under the leadership of Colin Elgin, the PFP is elected official opposition after the 1977 election. In 1989, PFP keeps fighting against apartheid and becomes the Democratic Party DP. Under the cloud of the state of emergency, an NP breakaway called the Conservative Party takes over as official opposition. But the PFP continues to oppose the apartheid constitution, which excludes black people and gives them newly created office of the state's president too much power. And after negotiations, the PFP merges with the Independent Party of the National Democratic Movement to form the Democratic Party DP, led by Zak de Beer. In 1988, DP plays a vital role in negotiating an interim constitution. With the unbanning of the ANC, PAC, and other liberation organizations, and the release of Nelson Mandela from prison, the process of negotiations for political change in South Africa begins. The DP plays a vital role in negotiating a constitution that includes most of the principles and ideals the Progressive Party first stood for in 1959. In 1999, DP becomes the official opposition, guarding SA's first democratic constitution. After South Africa's first democratic election, DP leader Tony Leon begins to fight for the legitimacy of opposition in the democratic SA. The DP grows in the 1995 municipal elections and overtakes apartheid's NP to become the largest opposition party in the country in the 1999 general elections. In 2000, Democratic Alliance DA is formed to ensure freedom, fairness, opportunity, and diversity for all. The DP decides that the best way to protect and strengthen democracy in South Africa is to build a strong opposition able to restrict the one-party dominance of the ANC. In 2000, the DP reaches a merge agreement with the Federal Alliance and the new National Party NNP, and the DA is formed. A year later, the DA's relationship with the NNP and former DP members break down, and the NNP forms an alliance with the ANC. In 2004, DA grows and becomes the most popular opposition party. In the 2004 general elections, the DA gains 12.3% of the votes and win 50 seats in the National Assembly. The party grows by 400,000 votes, increasing in support in 8 out of the 9 provinces. The DA is the fastest growing party overall and becomes the only viable alternative to the ANC. In 2006, DA's Helen Zille elected mayor of the Cape Town and DA leader. In the 2006 local government elections, the DA increases its national shares of the vote to 16.3%. The party gains more representatives in the 6 major cities and becomes the largest party in the city of Cape Town with 41.9% of the votes. Helen Zille is elected mayor in a nail-biting contest, and when Tony Leon announces that he will not run for re-election as the party leader, Helen Zille is elected leader of the DA. In 2008, DA wins Western Cape with outright majority. World Mayor of the Year and DA leader Helen Zille sees the DA relaunch as a party of government that delivers for all. In the 2009 general elections, the party wins 16.7% of the national votes and 67 seats in the National Assembly. The party also wins the Western Cape with an outright majority with 51.5% of the provincial vote. In 2015, Mmusi Maimane elected leader of the DA. The party makes further gains in the 2014 elections, with the DA winning 22.23% of the national votes and 89 seats in the National Assembly, ANC attaining another outright majority in the Western Cape with 59.38%, a testament to the party's record of delivery in that province. And in 2015, Helen Zille announces that she will not accept nomination for leadership, and at an historic Congress, Mmusi Maimane is elected the new leader of the DA. In 2016, DA wins Johannesburg, Tshwane, and Nelson Mandela Bay. The DA makes historic gains in the 2016 local government elections. In addition to governing the city of the Cape Town and the Western Cape, the DA unseats the ANC to form governments in Johannesburg, Tshwane, and Nelson Mandela Bay for the first time. Over 30 municipalities are now DA-led, and 16 million South Africans currently experience some form of DA governance. In 2019, DA retains Western Cape in most closely contested election in its history. Having grown considerably, professionalized and established a national footprint of good governance, the DA emerges from the most intense and closely contested elections in the party's history, retaining the Western Cape and its role of official opposition in the National Assembly. The party proudly defends the non-racial center of South African politics in pursuit of one South Africa for all. In 2021, DA turns a corner and sets sight on forming the core of a new majority in 2024. The DA realizes a lifelong project as the ANC is finally brought below 50% at the 2021 local government elections. Having focused on consolidations and stabilizations since the last election, analysis show that the DA is heading in the right direction to finally push off the yoke of ANC dominance. Wins include securing an historic first KZN municipality as well as receiving a strong mandate where the party governs outright in Cape Town, for example, to continue the party's good work. To avoid the instability that hampered service delivery in some coalition governments over the previous term, including Johannesburg and Tshwane, the DA ensures that all coalition partners sign the party's local government coalition agreement with clear principles in place. Over a third of the South African population now experiences some form of DA governance. And that's it from Injibs Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.